Edexcel C1 paper, summer 2014, the first 7 questions. Enjoy. Right, question 1, I'm hardly going to say a thing about this. All I would say is when you do your workings, remember the power of x goes up by 1, and I'd do that sort of thing. Plus 4 over x to the power 1. In theory you could put 1. Don't forget the plus c, please. Question 2, pretty straightforward. Part A is the 5th root of 32, so in theory you could rewrite it as that. I'm not going to say anything more than that. Right, you should know that. What times itself, times itself, times itself, times itself, times itself again makes 32. Now, it says simplify fully that. Now, we've got 32 x to the power 5 to the minus 2/5. Now, I would do this in sections, so I'd get rid of the negative power first, alright, and this sort of thing. Alright, I'm not, this is on the GCSE paper, to be fair, although it's quite a hard one for a GCSE, but there you go. Alright, so do it in stages, do it a stage at a time. Remember, the 5th to the power of 5th is the 5th root, and the 2/5 means it's squared after that. So I'd do the rooting first and then square it. Okay, question 3. Well, the first question is ridiculously easy. Again, balance both sides. Remember, it's minus x minus 7. So there's my first line of workings, and then 4x. Oops, 4x is greater than 10. Right, simplify that. Divide by 4. X is greater than 2.5. Now, part B. Now, when you do this sort of thing, you're going to have to factorise. So, where are we? There we go. Minus 36 is less than or equal to 0. Stick into 2 brackets. I believe it should be 12 and 3, it looks like to me. It is minus 12 and plus 3. Now, you're going to get, that means that you get minus 3 here, and we got x here, and we got 12. Now for part C, basically you're just combining. So you've got x has got to be greater than 2.5. Alright, so this bit no longer counts, as it were, does it? So you should have 2.5. And because this here was not equal to as well, we're not going to put equal to here, x, and oops, and I've forgotten my equal sign. There you go. So you should have something like that. Okay, question 4. It says state the coordinate of the point A. Now that's basically what has happened here, is that this plus 1 here has moved everything, shifted everything up 1. So that means the point A is at minus 1, 0. Right, because it's shifted everything up. You should know that a reciprocal graph, it tends towards the axes if it doesn't have a constant with it. So there you go. Right, it says the curve D has equation y equals x squared x minus 2. So it should look something like this. It's a cubic graph. Now you should know what a cubic graph looks like. It should look something like this. I'm doing it in blue. So it touches at 0. That's where the x squared comes from. Goes down and then crosses at 2. So you need to put there, well, 0 you don't really need to put because I've already put that there. It says copy figure 1 on there. Alright, and show the sketch coordinates where the curve D crosses the coordinate axis. Well, 2. There you go. Right, using your sketch, state and give reasons for the number of real solutions for that. Well, how many times do the graphs cross? That's basically what it's asking you. Right, question 5. Here we go. We've got an arithmetic sequence here. It says am plus 1. Right, so you've got to work backwards. Something you've got to say. So for part A, that 7 equals 5 a minus 3, so you can solve that. That's pretty straightforward. And then part B, well, to be honest, if you found part A, what they want you, looking at the mark scheme, all right, what they want you to do is just keep applying. So I'm going to put 7 into there, so 5 times 7, 35 minus 3, so that's 32. I'm going to do the first 4 terms, 5 times 32, Take away 3 gives you 157. Add them up, and there you go. Job's a good one. Okay, question 6, part A is, not being funny, this is another GCSE style question. Here we go, you should know that. Right, that's basic surds, you should know that. Now, if we know the area and it's asking us to find the other length on this rectangle, isn't it, in the form P plus Q root 5, where P and Q are integers. So, if we've got an area and we've got one other side, we find the other side by dividing the area by that side. So therefore, the area is root 80. Alright, or hang on, I recognise that from part A, and the side is 1 plus root 5. Okay, we're now going to have to rationalise the denominator, aren't we? So you've got to do something like this. Alright, and that's all I'm going to say, and it should come out into this sort of form here, P plus Q root 5. Alright, so you should have all your integers and stuff like that, so there you go. Right, question 7a, we've got, well, before you differentiate, you need to multiply out, so you need to say that it's 1 minus 2x squared equals 1 minus 4x plus 4x squared. Alright, you can change the order of that, that's fine, and then you differentiate. With part B, likewise we need to simplify, so you're actually going to get y equals, so x to the power 5 divided by 2x squared is going to be x to the power 3 over 2. Now we're going to have 3, and then we're going to have x to the power minus 3 over 2, right, because you've got x to the power half on the top divided by x squared. Remember, you subtract the indices again, and that's GCSE stuff, so there you go. Alright.